Welcome to Spotlight Torrance, where we're exploring your city. I'm Christy Wilcox, and today we're at the Torrance Theater Company in downtown Torrance. Now we're going to explore some of the actors, directors, and people behind the scenes. We're going to take a look at how crazy auditions get for the upcoming production, as well as the current production, Funny Money, a British comedy that will certainly make you laugh. But first, reporter Julie Chan was out to find out what this place is all about. Let's take a look.
I love being part of the Torrance team and making the city that much better by having, this for people to come and experience and enjoy.
Gia Jordal has been at the helm of the Torrance Theater Company since 1999. The program is funded by the city and supported by the Friends of Torrance Theater Company. Patrons and producers appreciate Jordal's familiar face and longtime commitment.
It is so wonderful to come in as a director and know that if I have a vision, something I want, they will do everything they can to make that vision come true.
Tereso and Jordal are no strangers. They worked together last summer to bring Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory to the Torrance Cultural Arts Center. As an actor, he is back in March to play the lead in A Man of No Importance. Jordal does more than just work with people like Tereso.
I read the plays, I, dump the trash, I paint the set. You have to jump in wherever you're needed.
Jordal's dedication to Torrance Theater Company is recognized by directors and actors alike.
This is probably the best theater company I've ever worked for. I've been doing community theater since I graduated college, and I did theater through high school and college as well. But community theater sometimes is a little disorganized, low budgets, not a lot of people to do everything. Gia manages to organize this company so well.
While productions used to be at various locations in Torrance, including the Nakano Theater, Jordal can help provide a wider variety of theater experiences in the downtown location.
Whether the role is a lead role or a chorus role, it doesn't matter because there's so much of a family feel to the ensemble here that you always have a great time. You always work hard, but you work hard together. And then the product is so good, you're very proud of it. So it's an easy thing for me to say yes to something when it's done here.
The Torrance Theater Company made a home for plays 3 years ago in downtown Torrance. Jordal has succeeded in making this home inviting to all.
Being here in downtown Torrance, where you're so close to restaurants and people can actually walk from their home to dinner, to a show, we've gotten a lot more friends.
With a combination of convenience and warmth, the theater has seen growth since its opening. The first year included 150 season ticket holders. The third season has doubled with 300 members. Many more come to watch one of 5 productions from September to June.
It's never knowing, and it's being a part of every little thing that happens and being a part of that community of artists kind of bringing it together. But honestly, it's being able to bring theater to this city.
Jordal's passion is infectious. Actors, directors, and patrons enjoy the experience at Torrance Theater Company. Reporting for Spotlight Torrance, I'm Julie Chan.
So we're learning a little bit about the Torrance Theater Company, and I have Gia Jordal here, and you're the producer, and you've been around, as we've just learned, since 1999. You're very committed to this.
Yes, I am very committed. I've worked for the city since 1998. And then in 99 is when we produced our first show. And it started really with one show, and now in 2014 we're up to 6 shows a season.
That's quite a few to get through.
It is, and at some point I lost track of how many it was. It used to be all of our bios would say in the program, this is my 12th show, or this is, I think, somewhere around 50. It was like, we get it, we've been here for a while, so yeah.
The current production is Funny Money, but talk about some of the past productions that you've had, because there have been plenty. There have been a Christmas Carol, right? You just had Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory this past year, and this is the very first production of this year, correct?
This actually, of the calendar year, yes. It's the 3rd show in our season, and it's the first show of 2014. And usually after the holidays, I like to do a comedy because everybody's kind of like worn down and they need a little rejuvenation, so comedy really is the best thing. But we try and do a little bit of everything, comedy, musical, drama, obviously. But we like to do some new stuff, but we like to do tried and true. We've done some Neil Simon, Odd Couple, Biloxi Blues. But, we've also done newer pieces like Proof and The Laramie Project, which are a little bit more current for our audiences. But it was a process. It was getting them to trust us, by doing some of those tried and true. They believe in the product. Then they're willing to maybe go someplace else with you that they maybe haven't been before.
Now, things have changed up a little bit in the most recent years because you're in a little unique, cozy building here in downtown Torrance, which is really cool. Tell me how it feels to be down here.
It's amazing. It's such a great place to be, and the mayor and city council have been so kind of driven to get this revitalization of the downtown area. There's so many great restaurants and shops and art facilities and things like that down here. So it kind of was a natural fit for us to be a part of that. And the building is amazing. If people come here, they want to live here, as I do, because it's gorgeous. And it's an 82-year-old building with a gorgeous open exposed wood ceiling and brick. And we have a lot of people that are from the old neighborhood here in Torrance that have become our really, core supporters. So.
Yeah, and that's amazing that you get support from so many different people. And there was quite a crowd in here that came in here tonight. We're going to see a little bit about Funny Money later. However, after this break, we're going to talk a bit about auditions because you're auditioning for the upcoming production.
Never stops, yeah. Once we open one show, usually the very next day, it's all about auditions and on to the next.
Okay, so more about that after this break.
Here we are, 2013. We all depend on technology to communicate, to bank, and none of us know how to read and write code.
The first program I wrote asked things like, what's your favorite color? Or how old are you?
I wrote a program to play tic-tac-toe.
I first learned how to make a green circle and a red square appear on the screen.
You're just trying to make something, trying to transfer something from your mind to the computer or to a tablet. It's an experience.
The whole limit in the system is just that there just aren't enough people who are trained and have these skills today.
The programmers of tomorrow are the wizards of the future. You're going to look like you have magic powers compared to everybody else.
Great coders are today's rock stars. That's it.
Welcome back to Spotlight Torrance. Now I'm here with Gia Jordell, who has been the producer here at the Torrance Theater Company for an extremely long time, 1999. Now, talking about auditions, you have a new audition for the next play coming up. Tell me a little bit about that.
So the next show that's coming up is a musical, and it's called A Man of No Importance, and it is a relatively new musical. In early part of 2000, I think it was 2003, around that, it was at the Lincoln Center, and it's a musical written by the two gentlemen that are responsible for the music in Ragtime.
Is it more difficult? I mean, we have a comedy going on now, the Funny Money comedy, but this musical, I mean, it takes a different kind of talent to come in as well to do something of that nature.
Yeah, it does. A lot of times the actors just act and singers just sing, and sometimes there's in between. There's one gentleman that's in this show, David McGee, who has also now been cast in A Man of No Importance. So he's one of those people that kind of does it all, acts and sings and dances, and we're very lucky to have him. But it is kind of different, and it's a different mindset for us too. Doing a comedy and just the requirements of the comedy and the set are going to be different than having live musicians in the space. And how do we fit that, and how do we fit a big cast? This is 8 people, the next show is going to be 17. It's a small theater, so there are challenges immediately that we have to address to kind of make it what we want it to be, polished, professional, and something that the audiences will really enjoy.
All right, well, it's a cozy spot in there. I really enjoyed it. But first, let's take a look at these auditions. Must be nerve-wracking for some of these people. I can't imagine what they go through. Let's check out the audition.
Here we are at Torrance Theater, where patrons have been entertained since 2011. Tonight, we are taking a sneak peek into auditions of an upcoming production.
This is only a sketch, it's very rough, but the truth can't go far enough, so this is a real stuff.
I can't tell you how excited I am that I have so many choices, because that doesn't always happen.
Glenn Kelman has been a director for over 25 years. Tonight is the callbacks for the upcoming play at the Torrance Theater Company called A Man of No Importance. And Kelman has his work cut out for him.
The important qualities of a director is to have empathy, being able to live the moment with the actor so he understands what they're feeling and where they're coming from.
Those auditioning tonight say Kelman has been warm and welcoming, yet the process is nerve-wracking no matter what.
You're always nervous. Even if you've been doing it for 30 years, you're always nervous at an audition.
And while McGee is in Funny Money, the current play at Torrance Theater, he is never certain whether he will be chosen for a part in the next play.
I try to let them convince me that they are exactly the one I need.
Kelman looks down as he is listening for qualities that come out, rather than judging hopefuls on their look.
We have people audition that live down the street, literally, on Cabrillo Avenue, but we have people audition from as far away as La Crescenta.
Although some auditions take more time than others, Kelman plans to make the final decision after tonight, which is the second audition for these people.
My favorite part is watching the actors become victorious, watching them grow, watching them get to a point where they didn't think they could wring that emotional moment out of a scene, and having them truly experience that victory.
Ultimately, the decision for Kelman is choosing a cast who has good chemistry. Since A Man of No Importance opens at the Torrance Theater Company in March, Kelman and the cast have only 6 weeks to bring the play to life. Reporting for Spotlight Torrance, I'm Julie Chan.
All I know is I would be shaking in my boots in front of the director if I had to audition for one of these things. I'm just glad that we're in front of the camera, but the people watching are I would be really nervous. So along with the auditions, obviously you have to decide which plays are going to be shown in here. How do you make that decision?
I read a lot of plays. I go see plays when I can, when I'm not here. And sometimes directors, maybe that I'm interested in working with or have worked with, they will come to me with suggestions of things they've seen or things they've always wanted to do.
Yeah, I can imagine. And some of the directors are fairly well known.
Yeah, we've had people, much like our actors too. Just because somebody isn't, on Broadway right now doesn't mean they haven't done Broadway things. We had a choreographer that did Fiddler on the Roof with us, who was one of the original dancers with Jerome Robbins on Broadway, came in, taught the original Jerome Robbins choreography, and our community members got to work with somebody that's one step removed from Jerome Robbins and some of those great choreographers, who aren't with us anymore. So it was a really great experience. We have people that, have worked for Disney, that do work for Disney, people that have done stuff in regional and on tour, a little bit of everything. But that doesn't mean that there's not room for somebody that is not that person, that is a mom, or that always wanted to do a show and audition. There's room for that as well.
That was what I was going to ask, because Jennifer, one of the people acting in today's play, she had studied a long time ago, but then decided that she was going to come back and try it again, and she's doing a speculum. Yeah. It's just a great job in there. And what do you tell people who are nervous about coming in and maybe don't have the background that other people do?
If you've got a passion and a desire to try it, I always say, go for it. We're not going to bite your head off. We're not mean, evil people. I say come in, give us a try. Sometimes the easiest way for people to get involved, behind the scenes, volunteer to be on crew or volunteer to come in and help paint. Meet the people, feel comfortable, be in the space, and then the next thing you know, maybe you're going to try an audition for a small part and then a bigger part. But really, in this theater community, there are a lot of different people with a lot of different backgrounds and experiences, and together it's just a really amazing group and a kind group.
Now, one of the other things that I want to address, and probably the last thing that I think is really important, is you have been building quite a subscription or quite a membership of people that come in here, and with such a small, small little cozy theater, it was 150, and now you're up to 300?
It's funny because people always say, I had no idea Torrance had a theater company. We get that a lot, and we like to say we're the best kept secret in the South Bay, but when people find us, they're telling their friends. And right now, we have 350 seats available for every production that we do. And almost half of that has gone to our season subscribers, people that come back year after year to every single show. So we want to do right by them. We're grateful for them. We wouldn't be here without them. And there's room for more.
Well, Gia, it was great talking to you. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much. Stick around. After the break, we're going to check out this show, Funny Money.
Parents sure have their hands full, and they could use an extra hand. Now, every state offers free or low-cost health insurance for your sports hero or budding artist. Kids up to age 19 can get checkups, doctor and dentist visits, hospital care, prescriptions, and more. Your child may qualify based on your family size and income. It's one less thing to worry about. Call or go online for more information.
Hi, I'm Chris Burke, an actor who happens to have Down syndrome. Join me in watching some great stories about inspiring people with Down syndrome.
My name is Annie.
I'm a Salem Barlow.
I'm Margaret.
Serena.
Jay Capital.
And this is my
great story.
This is my great story. You can watch at ndss.org/stories.
Welcome back to Spotlight Torrance, and I'm inside the Torrance Theater Company with the director of Funny Money, Margaret Shook, and thanks for joining me.
Oh my gosh, my pleasure, my pleasure.
So tell me a little bit about this play that you're directing, because this is a very small, cozy theater.
Oh, it totally is. It's a play by Ray Cooney, and it's a large farce, and we're staging it on a small stage. And there's a huge difference when you work in a large space. I've directed in places that have 2,000 seats and 2,000 people show up, and then this place has 50 seats. And there's something really exciting that happens. Even though the farce is broad, there are 50 people sitting basically in your living room, which is the set. So there's nowhere to hide. All the actors have to show up every day, and they can't lie, because if they do, the audience will see it. And it's a great challenge, but I think it's also really rewarding.
Now, how long did it take you to put this whole thing together? And
Usually, and it's usually about 6 weeks from start to finish. Now that's when the actors start. I start about 6 weeks previous to that, because there's a lot of research that goes into it. Now with this show, it was a little different because we were rehearsing during the holidays. So we had 2 weeks off at Christmas and a week off at Thanksgiving. So we started a little earlier. But rehearsing a farce where it relies so heavily on going fast and the speed and the pacing, it made it really difficult for the actors. But God love them, they kept up, and we opened the show successfully. So we're happy about that.
I saw the beginning, and I just laughed. It was hilarious.
Well, that's good. We were going for that, so we'll take it. Thank you. I'll tell them. They'll be glad.
Well, and I think the audience enjoyed it as well. I mean, I was sitting there, it was great, and they did a fabulous job for taking breaks. I can't imagine taking breaks in between and then memorizing everything.
Oh my goodness, I know. And that's another interesting thing. With farces, they tend to be very fast. That's part of the comedy of it, is these ridiculous situations, these improbable characters living this thing that would never happen. And because they're so fast, a normal 2-hour play is about 90 pages long, and this play is actually 140 pages long. So they're talking really fast. So not only did they have to take time off because I wanted to spend time with my family during Christmas, they had to learn an extra 50 pages of dialogue, most of them belonging to the lead actor. So it was a huge challenge, but he rose to the occasion, so we're happy about that.
Now, you've worked with some of these people before, right?
Actually, I've worked with almost everybody in that cast before in some capacity or another. I've directed 4 or 5 of them before, and I actually shared the stage with one of them last season. He and I did Equus at a different theater, and we actually played a married couple, and then I bossed him around then, and then I bossed him around this time as well. So you're welcome.
Okay. That's incredible. So what is it like when you're sitting in the director chair intimidating everybody around you?
I don't sit very much when I direct. I pace, and then I do this with my face.
So it makes you more, you're almost more nervous than they are, and then they're like, oh my gosh, she's really nervous about what I'm doing.
Yes, I think I am. My face is very telling, apparently. So if I enjoy something, you know really quickly, and if I don't enjoy something, you know equally quickly. I'm kidding, I'm joking.
That's awesome. Thanks for talking to me.
It was my pleasure. Come back, everyone. Come see the play. It's super fun.
Yeah, no, it's been amazing here, and I love this cozy little comfy place. So everybody should come. I mean, it's only 48 seats, right?
Yeah, that's it. So get your tickets now. And I think some of the shows are all already sold out, so call right away.
Perfect. Okay, so Jacqueline Sarkeesian was out there checking out this play, and she's going to give us some of the highlights. Jacqueline, what did you find out?
Hi Christy, I'm here on the Funny Money set, and I was able to catch up with some of the actors before the show, and I was also able to watch it, and it is hysterical. Let's take a look.
Funny Money is the first play of the new year at the Torrance Community Theatre. It's a British farce set in 1982 London. The comedy is full of extravagant and unlikely events disguises, and false identities. And that's one reason director Margaret Shook jumped on board.
It's fast, it's furious, the comedy is ridiculous, so you have switching briefcases, a drunk lady on stage, people who hide under blankets.
The drunk lady Shook is talking about is Jennifer Faniff's character. She plays a wife that starts drinking after she finds out her husband wants to flee to Barcelona after he gets hold of a briefcase with 735,000 British pounds, just over $1 million.
So I get to play a woman who is not used to alcohol and suddenly decides it's time to start. So playing a drunk has been a lot of fun.
Faniff was born and raised in Torrance. After attending West High, she got involved in the drama department. She continued acting in college, but put it on hold when she got married. A few years ago, she started acting again, and she can't get enough of it.
This is my 4th show that I've done for the Torrance Community Theater, and I am so happy to be a part of this.
Faniff's counterpart in Funny Money is Tom Juarez. Juarez says his part has many challenges.
There were so many lines in this play. I don't know that I've ever done a play with quite so many, and so it was quite a task.
Most plays have 90 pages of dialogue, but this British farce has 140 pages. And to some, that's what makes it so interesting.
I've never done like a modern British farce, so getting the dialogue and the accent for this is a little bit different.
Getting to direct a play like that has always been a dream, and this is the first really true British farce I've gotten to do.
Even with the challenges of memorizing their parts, learning the accents, and getting the rhythm down, the actors and director hope to be part of this kind of production again. For Spotlight in Torrance, I'm Jacqueline Sarkeesian.
If you'd like more information or if you'd like to reserve your tickets at the Torrance Theater Company, visit torrancetheatercompany.com. You can also call or text 424-243-6882 or email friendsofttc@gmail.com. For more on Spotlight Torrance, be sure to check us out on facebook.com/Spotlight Torrance TV. And don't forget to like our page to get the latest updates on our show. Thanks, Jacqueline, for giving us a tour of Funny Money. Now, I hope you get to take advantage of some of the performances right here at the Torrance Theater Company. That's all we have time for today on Spotlight Torrance, where we're exploring your city. Join us next time when we'll check out South Bay's edition of Dancing with the Stars. I'm Christy Wilcox, and we'll see you again soon.